Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Now, as you may or may not have heard, the man who was arrested for the suspected or alleged arson against properties and vehicles that have or were previously owned by the Prime Minister has now been fully charged. And of course, it's now that he's been charged, he's been named. And guess what? He's an immigrant. His name is Roman Lavrinovich. He's 21 and he is a Ukrainian. Now, two things strike me here. Why is a 21-year-old Ukrainian male in this country, not in Ukraine, fighting against the Russians? Don't know. But the second thing we ask is, why is a man who's presumably here under the asylum rules, and fair enough, a genuine asylum case, or one should suspect, why we have to ask the question, is he doing such things as committing arson? Allegedly. Hasn't been found guilty yet. We give him that benefit of our law. But it's very odd. He has been charged with 3 counts of arson with intent to endanger life. So quite a serious one. Following the attacks on properties and vehicles and things that belong to the Prime Minister. He's due to appear at Westminster Magistrates Court today. Counter-terrorism officers have been working at pace to establish the cause of the fires and any potential motivation, they say. Well, I think there's 70 million people who can put their hand up and say that there's definitely motivation. That's not in any way to say that I'm telling anyone to go and do that. Far from it. No, it's incredibly stupid. People could get hurt and worse. Don't do it. Really, don't. You can protest the Prime Minister all you like, but don't do that. But the questions remain. Why would an person granted asylum in this country, and a genuine asylum, as I say, behave like this? And what's the motivation? Is it just frustration that Starmer's keeps going and trying to stop the war and is failing and therefore showing how useless he is? Or worse, how powerless he is. It's possible to be useless and powerless. It's possible to be powerful and useless. That's there. Biden was powerless and powerful but useless. But with Starmer, he's gone both ways. He's doubling up, isn't he? But it is one of those things. It's completely unacceptable. He shouldn't have done it. And I do hope that the courts give him a fair hearing, of course, give him the true thing. But if they have the evidence, I hope they do give him a good locking up. But only for a very short period of time until they can arrange transport and then send him back to the Ukraine, where, being a 21-year-old male, he can be immediately drafted into their military. And after all, with all that experience of setting fires, he could possibly be sent into some kind of specialist unit, go in and set fires to Russian cars and Russian houses, something like that. Much bigger benefit to Ukraine than him languishing at our expense in a small 8x6 cell. Let's face it. And so, yes, we'll find out today. He's going to go to court, see what's going to happen. But I do think that, I think the best and most appropriate punishment, since nobody was actually hurt, it was only sort of criminal damage effectively, is to release him back into the wilds of Ukraine. I think that would be fair. What do you think? Thanks very much. Bye.